First of all, Jack, let me welcome you to Norwich City. You must be very excited to sign for the club.
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, really looking forward to getting started at a new club with a club that's ambitions matches mine. So yeah, of course.
And what are those ambitions? Obviously, you will have had conversations with the head coach and sporting director. What made you decide to come to Norwich?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a taste of the Premier League for a couple of years, and I wanted to find a club that really matched my ambitions of trying to get back there and to stay there. So somewhere I could come and almost have a point to prove and get this club back to the Premiership. And
have you discussed the style of play with them and where you will fit into that?
Yeah, I think that was one of the main things we spoke about as well with the manager and with Stuart. It's very intense, fast, forward football, and that's something that I believe that will suit my style of play and something I could fit into.
You've been around the pitch a little bit in your career. You're a versatile player. Where do you feel most comfortable? Where do you think suits you as a player?
I think for me as a right back is where I'm most effective and where I see myself fitting in at this club, so that's where I'd like to play.
Have you much experience of Carrow Road in the past or against Norwich as a team?
Only this season I played in the Cup, so I played it there, and then I played when Norwich got promoted from the Championship a couple of years ago, and the fans were all gathered outside, so I had a small taster, but obviously no fans allowed in the stadium, so I'm looking forward to experiencing that.
You've been at Bournemouth now for 4 years. This is a bit of a big move for you in terms of a change of scenery again. How excited are you to do that and join a new dressing room?
Yeah, really excited. I think I'm at a stage in my career now where I just want to play football, and I feel like I'm coming into my peak years where I've got experience around at different clubs, and like I said, I want to get back to the Premier League, and I feel like this is the perfect club to do that. At this age, I want to play somewhere. I want to be able to show the best of myself at a club that allows me to do that, and I've almost got a point to prove, and this is why I'm coming here to prove that.
You mentioned that point to prove. How exactly do you go about that?
I think it's just consistency. It's just showing it on the pitch, doing everything in training to be able to get onto the pitch, and then when you're on the pitch, taking the chance. And yeah, that's how I see that.
Your time at Luton on a personal level was particularly successful, as well as getting 2 promotions. You're also consecutive years Young Player of the Year, then Player of the Year. You seem to have been popular amongst the fan base, as well as your performances on the pitch. What do you do to connect with fan bases of a football club, and what can you do to replicate that here at Norwich?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, fans want to play that's going to give 100% every game, and I think that's what I've tried to do at every club that I've been at. So first and foremost, that's what I'm going to do, and then of course I like to connect with the community as well, learn a little bit more about the individual club, what makes it tick, and I'll be able to do that once I get started.
Pre-season is just around the corner now. Are you excited to get going?
Yeah, I am. I think I'm one of the few footballers that doesn't mind pre-season, doesn't mind the running, doesn't mind just getting back in there. I mean, I'll go on holiday for 2 weeks, and then after that I'm ready to get going. I've heard from players that know players that it's a really good dressing room. Lads, honest lads that really want to do well and be successful, so I'm looking forward to that.
And you also mentioned the fact that getting to the Premier League is the ambition of every team in the Championship, but what is it that's going to be needed this year from Norwich to make that step and get through?
It's about going on winning runs, and any team can do that, and especially with the squad that we have and the plan going forward, speaking to the manager and speaking to Stuart, I'm very confident we can achieve that.
You mentioned teams that know how to win. What does that look like in the Championship as someone who was promoted as recently as last year?
Yeah, I think it can look completely different. Some games you can come out and you start so well and you win 3 or 4-0, and other games you're away at some teams and you might have to grind out a 1-0 result, and the games come thick and fast. You're playing Saturday, Tuesday, so most of the games, as long as you win it doesn't really matter. So it can look very different across the season, but like you said, winning is the most important thing.
Lastly then, what can the Norwich fans expect to see from you? You mentioned already the ambition and almost a point to prove. What are you going to bring to Norwich City Football Club?
Yeah, I'd like to think I can fit in with the style of player. I like to play very intense football on the front foot and to get forward, hopefully add assists and to do my job defensively as well.